junior Henry Peffer. Next is junior midi. He wears 11. He is Ben Schuster. Skippers number 12, senior defender John Van Bergen. Between the pipes for Tonka, he wears 13, junior Sean Carroll. Next, freshman defender, 17, Cole Langevin. Tonka's 24, junior defender, Charlie Mays. Rounding out the Tonka starters, 29, defender, senior captain, Mason Jakubik. Minnetonka head coaches, Josh Yu. Assistant coaches, John Drake, Mark Hagney, Connor Gatenby. These are the skippers of Minnetonka High School.
You're looking live at Einar Anderson Stadium here on the beautiful campus of Minnetonka High School in Minnetonka, Minnesota. Tonight, the Minnetonka Skippers will play host to the Wayzata Trojans. Welcome back on YouTube. Great to have you with us. We do have some sponsors for this evening's contest, and a beautiful evening it is. Sun-drenched 61 degrees here at the beginning of the game. And to start things off, it'll be Jakubik going against the midfielder Karsa Lindrup for the visitors from Wayzata. You can redo it. So Skippers with it on their own end. That is number 21 Langstrom, and now behind his own cage is the junior goalie, Sean Carroll. So the Skippers in the home whites, blue shorts tonight, and a ground ball in their own zone, and Cole Langvin with it now as it gets into the attack zone. Skippers on the move, a shot there, and nicely saved by goalie Henry Kurt. Kurt with it on this near side, had tracked that shot from blanks all the way and made a nice save, and now there's a whistle and a flag and a delayed penalty call. We'll see who this is on. 1 minute elbow. I believe that's going to go against number 12, Schneider. Will Schneider, the sophomore, whistled for that. So our first penalty of the game comes less than a minute into this first quarter. Illegal body check is the official call. My amateur view, it looked like the referee was using an elbow, but that might be the correct call. Blanks shoots and scores, and on the near side, he beats Kurt. So Jackson Blanks picks up where he left off about a week ago. The Skippers come into this game ranked 6th in the state. They are undefeated. Started off the season with a 10-3 victory over Elk River Zimmerman. They defeated Owatonna, STMA, Lakeville North, Hopkins, and then last Friday, a thriller here in the rain against Moorhead. The Skippers trailed in that game 7-2, came all the way back and were victorious literally in the final second on a Bodie Miller shot. And that final of that one was 8-7, sending the Spuds back over to the other part of Minnesota, or the Twin Cities area. They played Minneapolis later that weekend. And now the Skippers will be in control again. Sanders is with it at about the logo, and his pass doesn't click, and we got a ground ball here on the near side. Battled for and scooped up and eventually controlled. That's Schneider, 12. So Schneider has served his penalty. The goal was scored, and he's back out there. And now the Trojans will have a chance to set up. Got a pretty good glare coming into the booth here, but I'll do my best to call out what I can see. This is John Madsen, 14 on the near side, and he'll play catch with Bennett Brown at the midfield. Now here on the near side, this is Larson. And now running free, time and room. That shot blocked out ahead. That was Gus Anderson, number 4 on that shot for the Trojans. And now the Skippers with it, trying to clear their defensive end. They do so. Ground ball scooped up. That's Reddington. Reddington being checked nicely there by Gus Anderson on the far side. And now the Skippers get their correct attack unit on. Marching onto the field is Chuck Mays, 24. He'll be playing one of the long poles on defense. Skippers with it on the far side. This is Sanders, Kobe Sanders. Now near side to Sadowski. Sadowski tries to dodge there on the near side, peels that one back. And now it's Reddington. So about 3 minutes gone here, first quarter. Skippers ahead 1-0 on that early Jackson Blanks goal. Again, a sun-drenched evening and a much-needed spring day here in Minnesota. Sadowski now working against Matthew Kesenik. And now we have a delayed penalty called on Wayzata. And working here is Isaac Forrest. He's double teamed on the near side, and now he's left wide open. Time and room, he shoots, and that one's just a little wide. Nice effort there from Kurt to get his cross on it. Shot was not going to go in, but Kurt's still able to collect it, and we'll have a second penalty. Another 1-minute penalty. This one going against Gerger for a slash. So Bodie Gerger, the freshman defenseman, wears number 5, and he'll be kneeling here right in front of us for the next minute. That's a slash violation on Gerger. And behind the net, Skippers have it, operating now on the near side. And a nice steal from Alex Score. Score now on the gas, gets past midfield, gives it to a short stick on the far side, and the Trojans, a man down, are in business. That's Avery Darula, number 24. And a Wayzata player with a jersey number that I don't have on my roster, but I will effort to get it. That's number 30, and a penalty called now. Low shot and a score. And again, this is a Wayzata unidentifiable player, number 30. Not on either the roster that was given to me by one of the parents or the roster that was available here as I walked into Einar Anderson. So it's all tied up at 1. I will see what I can do about identifying number 30. So 1-1, 7 minutes, 28 seconds to go. Wayzata with it. Wayzata coming out in their road blues. They have gold helmets and another flag called. And will be another delayed penalty against the Skippers. So the flags are flying early here at Einar Anderson. Near side is Berg, number 10, and flips it over to Larson. And now behind his own cage, it's Peterson. Jack Peterson working there, centering pass. hits off the post. And so we do have an identity of the goal scorer. That is number 30 is Madison Cole. So Madison listed as number 9 in our programs, but he's donning the 3-0 tonight, and he also lit the lamp just a moment ago to tie things up 1 apiece. Delayed penalty against the Skippers. That is Henry Peffer. Peffer, the junior midfielder, will be on the sidelines here for a 30-second offsides violation on Henry. And so the Trojans will have a man advantage here. A loose ground ball and scooped up. That's Bennett Brown. And now on the near side, playing catch is Peterson. And ball deflects out of bounds. Going to stay right here with the Trojans. Only 2 seconds left on the Pepper penalty. And now even strength, as running into that defensive end is Ben Schuster. Number 11 came sprinting across. Matthew Larson. And a nice offensive possession, a bit of a trip there, and then flags fly as Luke Miller going to get called on a penalty there. So it's Miller called for a trip. And a penalty plagued first 6 minutes of action. It will be a one minute penalty, 1 minute man advantage for the blue-clad Trojans. Playing right into the sun here. And a centering pass doesn't quite click. That was intended for Gus Anderson. And now behind the goal, loose ball, battled for, and eventually controlled out of there by Larson. Larson will spin it around to the far side and return pass. Larson again, and ball loose out in front. And the ball gets into the back of the net. Difficult for me to see if it was a shot or just kind of rolled in, but either way, it's a goal, and I believe that's Otto Berg, number 10, will be credited with that goal. So Berg with 1, Cole with 1, and the Trojans lead by 1, 2-1. And so back in the face-off X, it is Jakubik and Lindrup. And both players tied up, ground ball still, fought for. And loose ball on the near side was knocked out of bounds by Wayzata. Skippers will get another shot at the offensive end. Keying the restart is Easton Freed, 16, and he's checked up there by Peterson. Freed gets past midfield, breaks into the opening on the far side. Skippers trail 2-1, 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Beautiful night here at Anderson. If you're anywhere in the western suburbs, I would strongly suggest that you come on out here and enjoy some Minnesota State High School League boys varsity lacrosse. We talked about the Skippers coming in undefeated. They are ranked 6th in the state. And possible shot opportunity here from Blanks as he tries to wiggle free. Nicely defended there. And a couple Skippers right on top of each other, but controlled by Freed. And now on the far side, they get it back here to Blanks. So the Skippers are ranked 6th. Top 5 teams as shooting a score there from Schuster. Ben Schuster gets on the board and ties things up. So the top 5 are Benil, Prior Lake, Shakopee, Chanhassen, and Stillwater. They round out the 5 teams that are ahead of Minnetonka in the standings. Behind Tonka is Buffalo, Irondale, Maple Grove, and Bloomington Jefferson. Following this evening's game, Skippers will go on the road on Tuesday, May 10th at Edina. That's a 5:30 start, and then it's going to be senior night here on Thursday, May 12th, a week from today against Eden Prairie. There'll be a boy-girl doubleheader, just as there was tonight. Girls game will start at 5:30, the boys at 7:30. And I'm going to be on the call for both of those contests, I believe. I don't know the streaming outlet, if it will be this same YouTube channel, but we'll get to those details. And if you follow the girls team and you'd like to watch them on YouTube, I'm sure their Twitter feed and all their other social media channels will provide you with all the necessary information to do just that. So we're tied up to a piece, 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, and Wayzata now in the offensive zone, and well, intentionally kicked, and a whistle, and going to belong to Minnetonka. They're going to get the restart way out here near midfield. No such luck for Isaac Forrest, attempting to get the restart basically right down around about the 20-yard line. So Forrest now legally permitted to begin the action and goes to the far side. Bodie Richard behind his own net. Bodie, the author of that thrilling game winner against Moorhead last week. Skippers in control, even strength both teams. Behind his net, this is Henry. Henry works it out in front. Nice pass and a hard check right out in front. A stick dropper from Kobe Sanders. And a whistle, and it's going to belong to Wayzata. Bone-jarring hit delivered there from the Trojans right out in front. And now, speaking of hits, double teaming on the far side, and a loose ground ball still being fought for, and now eventually controlled by Cullen Britz. And a whistle called against the Trojans, and the moving pick is the call. 3 minutes to go. And the Skippers will try to escape their own end. This is Chuck Mays. And turning it over. Mays, a nice hit on Anderson, but Anderson wiggles free. Anderson on the gas in the zone. Anderson shoots, and he scores. That's a Gus Anderson effort goal right there to give those Trojans a 3-2 advantage with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. First quarter action. I do want to say thank you to the Minnetonka Varsity Lacrosse sponsors. That's the Lakes Running Company, A. Sadowski Designs, Horizontal, Canteen One, Denali Custom Homes, North Star Lacrosse, and Minnesota Inboard. Thank you for all you do in supporting Minnetonka Varsity Lacrosse with your generous support. At halftime, we're going to have a Cinco de Mayo halftime contest sponsored by Logos Tacos. There'll be 3 volunteers, and show that will be entertaining. And a little bit of chippiness here on the near side, and a whistle. And Minnetonka able to get a timeout there. So with 2 minutes, 27 seconds to go, Skippers trail by 1. Definitely the best weather we've had for lacrosse. Maybe one of the best days in the state, or I won't say the state, let's just say in the Twin Cities area that we've had in the year 2022. I did get out for a bike ride last week. It's a little bit cool, but looks like temperatures are going to be okay here for a while now, and it's a welcome change. Taking a peek at the Skippers roster, mentioned Bodie Richard. He plays for True Lacrosse, and he's going to play D1 Club College at Grand Canyon University along with number 3 Colby Sanders. Senior captain Easton Freed, he'll be heading to my alma mater, Indiana University. He plays for True Lacrosse, and he also enjoys cross country pretty good cross-country tradition at IU. Kieran Holmes, 22, senior defenseman, will be playing Division I next year at Jacksonville University down in Florida. And Mason Jakubik playing at Colorado School of Mines. And one of our early goal scorers, number 11, Ben Schuster, he'll be playing D1 lacrosse at Mount St. Mary's. Senior captain Isaac Forst will be headed to Sam Ford. As the Skippers come back out from this timeout, 2:27 to go. They trail by a goal. So it is a man advantage. Cooper Marshall called with that. A 2-minute non-releasable, and this could really pay dividends for Minnetonka if they can take advantage of this man up situation. A shot way over the net from Reddington. So Skipper still a minute and 26 left on this man advantage. Marshall, the senior midfielder, was called for a 2-minute non-releasable. And that pass deflected, raced for Bodie is back there, and trickles out of bounds, going to stay with the Skippers. Now just a minute 5 seconds left in the man advantage. A nice job in the first minute of the penalty kill from the Trojans. Skippers no real good looks on goal in that first minute. Here's Schuster on the near side, holds his cross in the left hand, now two-handed, and goes to a cutter. That is Forst. And now time and room up front. Shooting a score from Reddington. So still 40 seconds remaining and 1 minute and 6 seconds left in this first period, all knotted up at 3 apiece. Hope you're enjoying your evening. And Jakubik able to control it here, and now we're at 1 minute to go. 33 seconds left on the man advantage. There's Marshall serving the penalty. And the Skippers look to untie this one in the final 40 seconds. Up front's Blanks can't connect, and a loose ball coming here to midfield, battled for, flipped into the offensive end. A nice check there from Mays, and the ball eventually controlled by the Trojans. So they do kill off that penalty, only giving up 1 goal. And now a little bit of sloppy passing there. Bennett Brown not able to pull that one in, and 14 seconds to go, and Skippers with a chance on the far side. This is Pepper. Loose ball out in front. 2 seconds left. 1 second left. Long shot, and it's wide, and we're all tied up 3 apiece. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this break. Sunglasses and a cap are required here at Einar Anderson as we start things off in the second quarter. All tied up 3 apiece. Trojans goals from Anderson, Cullen, Berg, Skippers, Blanks, Reddington, and Schuster. Henry Kurt started off the game with a really nice save for the Trojans. As Wayzata has it, they are in the blue uniforms. They are wearing the gold helmets, gold trim, gold numbers. Near side here, this is Cole, one of the goal scorers, number 30, listed as number 9 in the program and on the Wayzata website. Behind his own net, this is Peterson. Peterson hassled there by Van Bergen. Van Bergen, another nice check, but here it comes out front. Can't get that one on frame, and if it will stay here, is a nice hustle from Cullen Britz to be the closest as it goes out. Cole with it now, way out front near the Skipper logo. Holding on the far side is Berg. Berg will work against Jakubik. Jakubik, senior defense and long stick midi, and got a piece of that pass and results in a turnover. Nice work there by Jakubik. Mays able to control it. And now Carroll will work it out of his own net. Goes far side. And the Skippers able to advance the ground ball on the far side. Scooped up there. And Bodie Richard on the far side now with it as the Skippers will look to set up shop. About 2 minutes gone in this second quarter. All knotted up at 2 apiece. Walking on is Grant Annenson, number 18 on the near side. It's Peffer. And Peffer directs traffic. So the Skippers spin it back over to the far side, working against this Trojan defense. Sanders goes on a run, peels back, and a loose ball, a little bit of sloppy passing, going to result in a turnover. So unable to control that was Annenson, and he will step right back out. 9 minutes, 30 seconds left. Taking a peek at how Wayzata got here tonight. They are 3-3 on the season. They were victorious in their opener against Rogers, 11-10, and then they had 3 losses to Matamidi, Buffalo, and STMA. But in their last 2 outings, they picked up victories, 13-4 against Champlain Park and 7-6 against Eden Prairie. And the Skippers with it now. Henry was back behind Isaac. Isaac working against Will Schneider. And ball controlled by the Trojans as they'll look to outlet on the near side. Nice pass there to Bennett Brown. Brown with time, and now in front. Shot, beautiful save there on the shot from Cullen Britz. He was right on the doorstep. A whistle and a failure to advance. Turn that one right back over to the Trojans. Wayzata, left side of your screen, shooting towards the big scoreboard here at Einar Anderson. And they control it on the far side. This is Elijah Moore. And now he'll look to the near side to John Matson. Matson works against Reddington. Nice dodge here. And a little flip shot is easily saved by Carroll. So Cullen Britz, the attacker, back-to-back shots and stopped both times by the able-bodied Sean Carroll, junior goalie. And a really tough time for Reddington to gain the zone. And now back behind the net. Skipper is able to control, and this is Forrest. Forrest centering pass, does not click, rolls all the way to midfield, is kept in the skipper zone, still a ground ball on the far side, and now Schuster controls it. Ben Schuster, gonna work all the way to the near side. He's got thoughts of shooting, he does, and it's saved, a whistle. And coming up a little bit gimpy on that one is number 1, Bodie Richard. So Bodie, on the near side of your screen here, looks to be favoring that right leg. We will have a skipper restart with 7 minutes and 2 seconds to go in the second quarter. No goals thus far in the first 5 minutes. Larson was called for a slashing penalty. So that is the 4th penalty taken by the Trojans in the first half of action. This is Jackson Blanks. Some pretty stout defense by the visitors from Wayzata tonight. Not a lot of opportunities for Minnetonka. Here's one on the near side. Rips off the far side of the netting and will stay right here with Minnetonka. That was Schuster from a tough angle. Forced. And here's Blanks with a little bit of room. Tries to spin around the defender. And whistle, and it's going to be turned over to the Trojans. So Cooper Marshall able to gain the offensive end, and a timeout called by the Trojans. 6 minutes to go. I'll be back after this timeout. Restart for the Trojans. No scoring here in the second quarter. It's all knotted up at 3 apiece. Halfway through this second quarter. And a nice defensive play by John Van Bergen knocking it loose. And now we have a ground ball on the far side. Battled for and a whistle. And we'll stay right here with Wayzata. This is Matthew Larson, guarded by Charlie Mays, and now behind his own net is Cullen Britz. As the sun begins to set, beautiful sunset. right over Veterans Stadium. And a shot here, nicely saved. So a nice second quarter for Sean Carroll, the junior goalie. Makes a point-blank save earlier in the quarter against Cullen Britz. Another one moments later against the same attacker, and that one right there to keep this game tied up. On the gas here is Sanders, and now he'll go behind the net. Forced looks the feet out front, does so, and a nice save from the Henry Kurt, the goalie for the Trojans. And this loose ball right out in front, scooped up by Bennett Brown. Brown coughs it up. Another big check, and now some whistles, and we'll see what we have going on here. They're going to award the ball to Wayzata. A lot of consternation among the fans here as our videographer also with some comments about the ref. But it will be Wayzata's ball. Their shot is saved again by Carroll, and now hassled on the far side is Kobe Sanders, a loose ground ball, and Sanders able to control. Sanders takes a tough check from Anderson and now works against Cade Johnson. Johnson on him and able to dodge around, get a little bit of room, and outlets to the far side. That's Eli King. Forced. And now holding on the far side is Antonson as Skippers get their attackers in. This is forced. And he'll clear it out here to Schuster. Schuster with one of the goals tonight for Minnetonka. And looks to get another one here. Low shot, he scores. Ben Schuster makes it 4-2 Minnetonka with 3 minutes and 15 seconds left in the second quarter. Michael leading the cheers here after that goal. Second one of the evening for Ben Schuster, junior midi. And now it's Jakubik and Lindrup right back in the face-off X. Near side. It's Logan Yu, 19, rushing in with Reese Gardner, 24. And controlled there by Logan Yu. Logan, a freshman midfielder, wears 19. Good hustle on that play coming from the near side. That pass does not click as it trickles and is going to be saved by Schuster. Schuster with time to make that save on the near side. Gets it over to Antonson, and now Bodie Richard. Bodie moving a lot better than he was moments ago. He's circling in there, and a save on that shot from Forced by Henry Kurt. Kurt, the sophomore goalie. Wayzata's gone with him a little bit more recently. There have been a shared duty between Cameron Weiner and 2-minute penalty for a slash on Cole Langvin. So Langvin will be on a knee here on the near side. And most of the rest of this second quarter will be a man advantage situation for Wayzata. They trail here 4-3. And Wayzata will set up shop with this man advantage. Nice cut in there. Jump shot is blocked away. That was Bennett Brown. And now Sean Carroll with it behind his own cage. Skipper's down a man as there's 37 seconds left on this penalty. This is Bodie. And a whistle. And a timeout called by Minnetonka. I'll take it with them. We'll be back with the final 1 minute 46 seconds right after this. .146 to go. Skippers resetting. They are down a man with 20 seconds to go. With it here is Jackson Blanks on the near side. Score knocks it loose. Just as I call out his name, Alex Score, the sophomore defenseman, gets a nice turnover, and the Trojans are in business. Rushing on is Gus Anderson, number 4. And behind his own cage, it's Jack Peterson. Peterson being defended there by Van Bergen. Comes around on the far side, takes a shot, and squeezes it in from a tough angle. Jack Peterson ties things up with 1 minute and 17 seconds to go. So back in the X, Karcel Lindrup and Masik Jakubik as officials having a little bit of a confab with them, get things set up. Everything looks ready to go here for these final 1 minute 17 seconds. All knotted up for a piece. Good one here at Einar Anderson. Lindrup is back towards his own end, and now another ground ball on the near side. Tumbling to the turf. That was Jackson Blanks providing a hit on Marshall, but Marshall has the last laugh as he rushes it in to the offensive zone. 1 minute to go. And a loose ball turnover there from the Trojans. Clock stops at 59.3 seconds to go. And the Skippers will try to bring it the length of the field. This is McNeil. Jack McNeil now peels back, nicely defended there by Britz. And his pass with Blanks would not click, and here's another turnover. Here's Score coming in. He gets a touch in the attack zone. Now in the far corner, loose ball, batted around, rolling towards the 10-yard line. Bunch of players going for it, and eventually scooped up and controlled by Minnetonka. 27 seconds to go. That was Landstrom, J.D. Landstrom, able to track that down. And it will be, looks like it's up to J.D. to try to get across into the attack zone. 15 seconds to go. Landstrom holds and tries to connect on a pass, not successful. But John Van Bergen not able to get the ears on that one. And now the Trojans with 2 seconds left, with 1 second left, and we are at halftime. All knotted up at 4 apiece. We'll be back with the second half. Welcome back to Einar Anderson Stadium here, beautiful campus of Minnetonka High School. Peter Amstutz with you on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in tonight, sharing part of your Thursday evening with us. It'll be Jakubik and Lindrup in the face-off acts as it has been all night long. 12 minutes back in the clock for the third quarter. 4 goals apiece and a nice face-off win from Lindrup as the visitors from Wayzata in those all blue uniforms, gold helmets, gold trim. A couple nice dodges there, and then that shot wide, that was Marshall, and Carroll able to start things back the other way for the Skippers. Far side, this is Pepper. And Pepper will walk it back out for Jackson Blanks. A bit of a screen rub there as Blanks switches off. He's being defended there by Gerger. And now on the near side, it's Schuster. Schuster with a couple goals in that first half. Other goal scorers for Minnetonka in the first half were number 8, Reddington, and number 2, Jackson Blanks. Schuster looking to add a third here as Peel's back on the near side. About a minute and 15 seconds gone in the second half. Schuster, check that bounce shot there from Pepper. Does not get on net, going to stay right here. And it'll be Isaac Forst. Isaac, senior captain on attack behind his own goal. He comes out to the near side. Nicely defended there, and Skipper's content to work it around the outside. This is Blanks. Blanks behind. Nice pass here to Schuster. Shot is way wide. Almost clips Bodie Richard behind the net. Richard spins it around. This is Schuster. Schuster on the far side, thinks about it. Bounce pass behind. Cutter in front. That's Peffer, and can't get the handle on it. And now trying to clear Henry Kurt. And Kurt goes to the near side. It's Will Schneider. Schneider being nicely hassled there by Richard. His cross field pass is intercepted. Great play there by Logan Yu. Nice anticipation. A flag down out in front. And that pass from Forst to Richard doesn't click. Bodie fighting for it. And now here's the whistle. And we'll have the delayed penalty. Nice celebration out in front. Jakubik and Logan Yu on that nice interception from Logan. So Trojans had a hard time clearing their own zone. Tried a long cross-field pass, and Yu was there to intercept it. A whistle. Body check is the call. Illegal body check against Wayzata. And it will be served by number 13, Cade Johnson. So the penalty sorted out. So the penalty is on number 13, Cade Johnson. 1 minute penalty, illegal body check, and dislodging from the cross, and then a trip. So Jackson Blanks was dislodged from his cross. And now restarting for the Trojans. Water bug here on the near side, Reese Gardner. Gardner still with it, being defended by Miller. And Gardner goes all the way across to the other side. of the field. 30 seconds remaining on that 1 minute penalty. Gardner still with it. And Gardner finally gives it up out here near the 40. This is Bennett Brown. Bennett Brown. Skipper's on the man advantage, and a nice job on the penalty kill from Wayzata. And that pass doesn't click, and it's going to result in a turnover. 13 seconds remaining on the man advantage for the Skippers. And here's the whistle for the restart. And on the gas the far side is McNeil. McNeil gains the offensive end, gets a touch in the attack zone. Now on the far side with 3 seconds remaining in this man advantage. Bodie Richard looks behind the net, looks for a cutter. Patient, now a full strength for both clubs as penalty by Cade Johnson has been served and is over. So it's a 4 apiece, 4 minutes gone in the third quarter. Near side now, Skippers work it. This is Isaac Forst. And it has been a stout defensive effort for the visitors from Wayzata. Not many good opportunities. Here's Bodie trying to change that. He's out in front, Forst with time, and his shot goes over the head of everything and will belong to the Trojans. Just couldn't quite get that one on frame. The senior attacker, Isaac Forst. So the Trojans with it in their own zone. On the attack now. This is Madsen, and now flung over here to the near side, Matthew Larson. Larson. Trojans are brought into battle here today by their head coach, Chad Herr. Assistant is Brandon Carlson. Skipper's head coach is Josh Yu. Connor Gatenby, John Drake, Mark Henge, Blake Barta, and I will learn how to pronounce Colin's name at some point. Maybe Greg will give me that information. 6 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Still all knotted up here, and a nice long offensive possession for the Trojans. As now the ball's knocked free and just saved in the corner. Nice battle there from Peterson. Peterson still with it, trying to use some leverage there against Van Bergen. Nothing doing. Now he gets free, and that one goes right across the face of the goal and rolls out of bounds. It'll stay here with the Trojans. An extended offensive set for the visitors from Wayzata. "30-second hold called on John Van Bergen. And there'll be a man advantage for Wayzata as they look to break this deadlock with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. And quite a while for the ref to sort this one out. Skippers fans getting a little restless here. A restart. And it is a second penalty on Minnetonka. That one going against Reddington. So a two-man advantage. So both Reddington and John Van Bergen on the sideline. Two-man advantage here for the Trojans. See what they do. Shot here is deflected. Logan Yu got a little piece of that one, enough to knock it off its course. So the 4 penalty killers out there. Landstrom, 23, as this one is going to be a penalty called, or a push called from Forrest. As both penalties expire. So Skipper's back to full strength. Wayzata works it around, and that one's going to roll out. And a little bit sloppy off that restart. 5:24 to go. All knotted up at 4 apiece. Still no goals scored here so far in the second half. And the lights are starting to take hold as the sun has just about fully set there behind the big scoreboard at Veterans Field. Bodie will cradle and wait patiently for Blanks. And now Blanks will set up the attack for Minnetonka. He's working against Marshall. So he's got a short versus short. Able to beat him here on the near side. Marshall catches up. Blanks, a tough cross field pass, deflected by a couple of Trojans. And still fighting for it. That's Schneider, number 12, but he does get a handle on it. So he's forced in the corner from Forrest. And now a flag is called, and another check sends the Trojan to the deck, and now a whistle. So they'll sort this penalty out. 4 minutes, 28 seconds to go. 1 minute cross check called on Isaac Forrest as he was hassling the Trojans there in the corner and got whistled for a violation. Checking in for the Skippers, number 4, Eli King. King will be in. And now he'll check right back out. It'll be Schuster. As things get sorted out, now the restart at midfield. Otto Berg, and now back behind. This is Larson. Larson comes all the way to the near side. Nicely defended there by Mays. A little bit of time and room here. No shot attempted with 4 minutes to go. And a loose ball here. And it's nice defensive work there by John Van Bergen, senior defensive and long stick midi, gets that turnover. Still 30 seconds left on the forced penalty. Tough pass, doesn't click, and intercepted there from Kay Johnson. And now another ground ball. And controlled and now knocked free, but Carroll able to get it right out in front of his own cage with 3 minutes, 30 seconds to go. 4 seconds remaining on the forced penalty. 2-1, and we're back at even strength. Skippers with it in the offensive zone. 3 minutes gone, or 3 minutes remaining here. Here's a shot from Schuster, way wide. Going to go all the way to the pole vault pit in the corner. Restart will be conducted by Pfeffer. Henry, junior midfielder, will start the action. Where's number 10? It's my favorite number as a kid. This is Forrest. Forrest goes all the way around the back of his own cage. Long pass out front. Here's Schuster. Thought about taking a long shot. As we tick under 3 minutes to go. Same score as we had at halftime, 4 apiece. Schuster working in, double team. Here's a whistle, or check that, a flag, and it will be a delayed penalty against the Trojans, and there's going to be enforced as it would have been an over and back. 1-minute penalty on Marshall, his second of the game. So Cooper Marshall, the senior midfielder, is called for a slash. 1 minute. And the Skippers with 2 minutes and 42 seconds remaining in the third quarter will look to take the lead. Out front, time and room. Decided not to take the shot was Reddington, now on the far side. And this is forced with 37 seconds left. Here's some time for Blanks. His shot, nice save there from Kurt. And now a ground ball trickling near midfield and controlled again by the Skippers. Just 24 seconds left on that man advantage. Crossfield pass, time there, a shot and a score. That's Isaac Forst, and the Skippers have the 1-goal advantage. So right back in the face-off X, it's going to be Lindrup, senior midi in the all-blue for the Trojans, and Mason Jakubik, senior defense and long stick midi, to battle on either side of him. It's Colby Sanders on the near side, Logan Yu on the far for Minnetonka for the Trojans. It's Score here on the near side, so a couple threes will be rushing in, and Jakubik wins it cleanly. Jakubik on the gas. He'll take a bounce shot. It does not click, but a nice transition goal attempt, or shot attempt, I should say, for the Skippers. 1 minute, 42 seconds to go. Forst just scored seconds ago. Now works out here on the near side. Antonson, number 18, is out there along with Logan Yu, 19. That's Henry on the far side. And here's Bodie behind his own cage, works against Johnson. Centering pass doesn't click, and it's going to go out of bounds. That'll be a turnover for Minnetonka with 1:19 to go. Skippers lead by 1, 5-4. A beautiful night here in the western suburbs of the Twin Cities. So we're at 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Wayzata content to take some time to set up their offense. Started here on the near side and then go behind their own net to Peterson. And a whistle is saying he stepped out of bounds. And now they're going to reverse that. And good battle there from John Van Bergen behind. And that shot is high and wide from Jack Peterson. Peterson put in a heck of an effort behind his own net to get back out in front. Now ground ball. Eventually controlled by John Matson. And now a bouncing pass to Bennett Brown. Brown working against Sanders. Brown beats him. And then some nice defensive help there. And Colby Sanders now will try to outlet, and Bodie is going to have to try to run this down. He does, and he saves it back, but that's just as time expires. So the score reads Skippers 5, Trojans 4. We'll be back with the final 12 minutes right after this. Minnetonka Varsity Lacrosse would like to thank these sponsors for their generous support. The Lakes Running Company, A. Sadowski Designs, Horizontal, Canteen One, Denali Custom Homes, North Star Lacrosse, and Minnesota Inboard. And also a special thanks to Lagos Tacos for sponsoring our halftime contest. So we've got 12 minutes left to go here at Einar Anderson. So a good look at the skipper's bench there as they break their huddle, and we'll head out to do battle for the final 12 minutes. Temperatures have cooled as the sun is set. We're down to 61 degrees. So at the end of one quarter, it was 3-3. At halftime, it was 4-4. And now 5-4 skippers. No goals in that quarter for the visitors from Wayzata. Wayzata had some success finding the back of the net against Champlin Park. They scored 13 last week in that contest and then tacked on 7 more in their victory against Eden Prairie. So on a 2-game winning streak, the Trojans, in what would definitely be considered an upset if they're able to pull it off, they trail by 1. And the Trojans content to hold here near the Big M logo. That pass from Anderson to Larson results in a turnover. And now Minnetonka will have an opportunity to add on to this lead. Far side, Colby Sanders. He'll play catch over there with Isaac. Coming on is Schuster at midfield, and he will get the ball. And Schuster now will hold at the logo. Sanders coming out. Checking in is Blanks. And now on the far side, skipping his way towards the goal, Schuster. Ten minutes, 39 seconds to go. Blanks take a run here. Tries to center back, gets through. Shot is high and wide from Forrest. Does look like it may have been deflected. So it'll stay here with the skippers. Bodie, the hero from a few nights ago. Blanks can't find the handle on that one, and a turnover. And here comes in transition on the gas the other way. This is Schneider. Schneider cranks up, and a low shot and a score from the near side. That's Cullen Britz. So Britz ties things up at 5 apiece. And he becomes the 5th different goal scorer for the Trojans. It's been Anderson, Peterson, Britz, Cole, and Berg with a goal apiece. Goal scores for the skippers, 2 from Schuster, and a goal apiece for Reddington, Forrest, and Blanks.
In the face-off, it's Jakubik and Lindrup able to win it fairly cleanly. Nifty face-off win from Lindrup, and the Trojans have just scored and a chance with after that offensive touch to untie this contest. Rushing in is Marshall, and now controlled by Minnetonka. Nice turnover, Chuck Mays, and That pass nearly intercepted.
And an errant pass. Going to go right back over here to Minnetonka. So a little bit of sloppy play here from the Skippers. Unable to clear their zone. And Wayzata with 9:22 to go. Time and room for Matson. This is Berg. Berg does have one of the 5 goals. Again, the score is 5-5. And a rough ride and a nice turnover there from Charlie Mays. And now the Skippers will look to get it out of their own end. And a whistle. Turnover. And the Trojans back in business here. Trojans in transition. Shot. Nice save there from Sean Carroll. Henry able to track it down in the corner. They're almost losing the handle on that Sadowski pass. Henry gets it over to the far side. This is Isaac. Isaac will give to Colby as the Skippers make a few changes here. Antonson comes on. Here's Grant. Grant with a little bit of time and room in the middle of the field. Passes over the far side. And all knotted up, 5 apiece. 8 minutes to go. And all the way back at the logo is Colby. Colby will work. Takes a couple tough shots there from Bennett Brown. Maintains possession, and now on the far side. Shot there is good from William Sadowski, the junior midi. So Sadowski joins the scorers for Minnetonka tonight. A big one there with 7:40 to go gives the Skippers a 1-goal advantage. Sadowski getting his props from fellow teammates and coaching staff as he comes back off onto the bench. A nice goal there from the junior midi. Score reads Skippers 6, Trojans 5, 7 minutes, 40 seconds to go. And a whistle. And a violation on Jakubik on that face-off. And quickly into the offensive end, it's Marshall. 7.5 minutes to go. Skippers by 1, and they get a nice turnover there from Luke Miller. Miller over to the far side. That's Mays. Mays now with it. Mays into the offensive end. Gets his attack zone touch. He's checked there. Mays with time and room now. Mays centering pass and does not quite click with Henry out in front and results in a turnover. Good idea there for Mays. Would have been a really golden opportunity if that pass had connected with Henry. Doesn't do so. So another opportunity for Wayzata to tie things up. They trail by 1 with 6 minutes and 41 seconds. Low shot, nice save there from Carroll. Carroll has been a wall tonight. Behind his own net, this is Peterson. Peterson comes out near side, still with it. Peterson, spin shot, and that one goes wide, but it'll stay here with the Trojans. Behind his own net, it will be Cullen Britz. Britz, the freshman attacker, and makes a nice move. Britz comes in, and that pass deflected nicely there from Miller, and a turnover. So Luke Miller, a couple nice defensive plays. Coming into the attack zone are the Skippers in transition to score. That's Isaac Forst, and the Skippers have a 2-goal advantage. Beautiful transition goal there for the Skippers. So defense leading to offense on that one, and that's sort of what has been missing for the majority of the night for Minnetonka. Not having a lot of luck in the set offense, but that transition was what was needed to extend this lead to 2 goals apiece. And a big face-off here with 6 minutes to go. And violation on that from the Trojans, and the skipper's back with it in their attack zone behind his own net is Henry. Henry works out. He finds a cutter and forced again! The Hattie! So the Skippers extend the lead to 3 goals, 8-5. And this is what the hometown faithful are more used to seeing. Back-to-back goals from Isaac Forrest, senior attack. 5:52 to go. Jakubik battles again with Lindrup. Lindrup able to win it. Flips one. And now the Trojans are in the offensive end. They get their attack zone touch from Marshall, and now he'll peel back on the far side. Checking in is JD, number 21. As Wayzata will set up. They fly Bennett Brown back out there, and the Skippers respond in kind with number 20, Jack McNeil. And now everybody has the personnel they want out there, and the Trojans will get to work. As we tick down to about 5 minutes to go in this contest, what has been a very close game is now a 3-goal advantage for Minnetonka. As Wayzata will run their offense, spinning it around. That's Cole. And here is Bennett Brown. Bennett Brown will get it again here on the near side. Brown checked from McNeil. Still in control are the Trojans. Again, trying to get some leverage back. There's Peterson. And a flag on Peterson was triple teamed there by a host of skippers. Van Bergen, one of them. And it looks, and that's who they're going to get for the hold, is John Van Bergen, senior defender, and long stick midi. And on the restart, the Trojans in desperate need of a goal here on this power play. Time ticking away, 4 minutes, 16 seconds to go. Skippers with that 3-goal lead. That ball deflected, ground ball here near midfield. A couple Skippers are there first, but unable to get the handle on it. Still loose, and nobody wants to grab this one. About 8 different players had a shot at it, but the Trojans get it. This is Larson. And that shot is deflected right in there in the hands of the Skippers' defense. Bennett Brown, both teams back at even strength. So we tick down 3:30 to go. Skippers with the 3-goal advantage. Working as Pearson tries this side, then goes to the far side, takes a tough angle shot, and it's saved. Not sure he knew where it was at the beginning, but Sean Carroll doing Sean Carroll things in this second half, only allowing 1 goal so far. Score is all tied up at 4 apiece at halftime. It's now 8-5 Minnetonka, and Minnetonka with an opportunity to add on or to deflate some of the remaining time. Pepper behind his net is around. This is forced back over to Peffer. Peffer works. Thought about a shot. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go. Skipper's in the attack zone. And a shot there from Henry. Never got on frame and is eventually collected there by Henry Kurt. Kurt will look to start back the Trojans offense as he walks it out of his own goal. And eventually plays it to the far side to Schneider. Schneider, the big pole. And now Wayzata with a kind of a Hail Mary pass there. Bounces directly to the Skippers. Results in a ground ball right in front of the Skippers' cage. And that shot deflected. That was Cullen Britz, freshman attack, who let one fly. And the Skippers will have possession. 1 minute, 51 seconds to go. It's getting close to desperation time for the Trojans. Directing traffic out there is Van Bergen. And now here on the near side, it's Reddington. Reddington on the gas on the near side. Reddington gets a touch. And a timeout call by Minnetonka. 92 seconds left, and the Skippers with that 3-goal advantage. Skippers with it on the near side as they get the restart. Tick down to 1 minute 28 to go. And out in front, that was Forrest. Forrest has the hat trick tonight, 3 goals, and 2 really important ones late in the fourth quarter here to give the Skippers a 3-goal advantage. Now behind the net, and that's an errant pass that's going to fly out of bounds. Trojans will have it. 1 minute 14 to go. Trojans gain the offensive end. They get a touch and then the ground ball on the near side. 1 minute to go. This is Berg. Otto Berg. He does have a goal tonight for Wayzata. A whistle and a timeout called by Wayzata. Got a Lake Conference score or Buffalo trailed 6-4 to Eden Prairie. They came back and won 11-7. So Buffalo doing some nice things over there with that program. Trojans with the restart. 46 seconds to go on the far side. And now here to the near side. Trojans drew up a nice play here to come out of the break, and that shot gets right on the cage, and Carroll will control it. Jack Peterson with the shot. And now the waning 30 seconds in this one. Skippers look to improve their record to 7-0. And a trip. Nothing called, and we'll go the other way. Wayzata with one more chance here. Ground ball on the far side. This is McNeil running it down. Check that, that's Mays. And now with 4 seconds, we have a whistle. And clock will wind to 0. And this one is over. Skippers win 8-5. We'll see you next week. Thanks for joining us on YouTube. This has been a Minnesota High School lacrosse. Actually, there's a flag here before we wind things up. So a penalty in the waning seconds called on Charlie Mays. And now they're going to call this game over. Thanks again, and we'll see you next week.